Looking for a salmon recipe that is not only delicious and flavorful, but comes together in no time? Then stick around and I'll show you how I make this quick and easy coconut curry salmon. Here's everything that we're going to be using today, you guys. This is a half of a sweet red pepper, less than a half of an onion, 2 small cloves of garlic, which I did mince. This is a piece of thyme. I also have a few pimento seeds in here, which I'm going to ground. 2 salmon fillets. This is about a cup of coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of fresh blend, curry powder, fish seasoning, ginger, garlic, and pimento seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, turmeric, and this is optional, black pepper, and some oil. So we're gonna get started by seasoning our salmon. And since I only have 2 pieces of fish, I'm not going to heavily season this. So I'm using about a half a teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of ginger, garlic, and pimento seasoning, and a half a teaspoon of fish seasoning. Salmon also has a very distinct flavor, so to ensure that we're sealing or locking in the curry flavor and also to give it a beautiful color, I'm also going to season my salmon using a half a teaspoon of curry powder. So I'm just going to combine this and then we're going to get to seasoning our salmon. So now we're going to evenly spread the seasoning mix all over the salmon. I did not add any salt to the seasoning mix, you guys, because it's a possibility that my seasonings already contain salt and I don't want my fish to be salty. But if you prefer, you can definitely go ahead and add some salt to your seasoning mix. So we don't want to heavily season this, but we do want to ensure that the seasoning gets everywhere on this fish that we're going to eat. So some people eat the skin of the salmon, and if you do eat the skin, of course, go ahead and season it. So I have added my fish to the pot. I'm doing this over a medium-high heat. I've also added enough oil to the fish just to coat the pot, and I added the fish in here skin side down first. I'm only cooking this for about 2 to 3 minutes per side, simply because I just want the fish to get some color. So we're not going to cook the fish fully all the way through here. Now, if you prefer, if you're a little bit more on the healthier side, you can skip this step completely, make the sauce for your fish and add the fish in, or you can air fry it. Bacon is also another option, but that is definitely up to you. You also may not want to move the salmon around too much while it's pan searing, just to prevent it from breaking apart. Now going to remove the fish from the pot. And you see, you guys, my fish started breaking apart already, which is why I said not to move it around too much while it's in here, guys. To be on the safer side, I would also suggest that you guys use a spatula when removing the fish. Using the same pot, since I didn't have that much oil in my pot, I'm now going to add about 1 teaspoon of fresh blend to the pot, along with 2 teaspoons of curry powder. What I'm doing now is toasting the curries, and the fresh blend is just adding a little bit of flavor to the curry. So I'm only going to toast this over a medium-high heat for about 1 minute or less, and then I'm going to go in with my coconut milk. Lower your stove to a medium heat. The coconut milk, as it cooks, will begin to thicken. Now you want this to be a nice, smooth consistency, but you don't want it to be too thick. So if your coconut milk starts getting thick on you too early before adding anything to the pot, you can simply just add a little water just to loosen it up. So now that my coconut milk has started to boil, I'm going to add the remainder of the fresh blend. I'm also going to go in with all the seasonings that I showed you guys earlier. So the onion, the peppers, and the thyme. We're going to add all of those to the pot. And now lastly, I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of each of the seasonings that I use to season my fish. So a 1/4 teaspoon of the ginger, garlic, and pimento, a 1/4 teaspoon of fish seasoning, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning. So I'm going to give this a stir. And at this point in time, I'm also going to add a dash of salt in here. And I would advise to taste your pot. So if you like a really strong curry flavor, go ahead and add a little bit more curry powder. If you think that things are not tasting too seasoned, adjust your seasonings as necessary to your pot. Lastly, I almost forgot to add my grounded pimento seeds. And this is also called allspice berries. Alright, now that our sauce is starting to come together, we are now going to go in with the salmon. Alright, and as I add these in here, I'm just going to top it. A little bit of the seasoning. So my sauce has began to thicken up just a little bit on me, you guys. See? And I don't want it to be that thick as yet. So I'm just going to pour just a little bit of water in here, maybe about a 1/4 cup or so, just to loosen it up a little bit. Now I'm going to cover each fish with that delicious curry coconut sauce, and I'm going to cover the pot and allow the fish to cook for about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be done. See how delicious this is looking already, you guys. I wish you guys could smell this. Alright, so I'm now going to cover the pot and allow this to finish cooking, and it should be done in about 10 minutes or less, since we did start by pan-searing the salmon. So our salmon is now done. Alright, you guys, our salmon is now done, and this was not only easy, it was really quick. And let's check it. Yep. Our salmon is cooked. Alright, so the meat is nice and flaky, which means the fish is now cooked. So you guys, our curry coconut salmon is now done. Alright you guys, there you have it. Coconut curry salmon. I'm having mine with just some plain white rice and some fried sweet plantains. But you can really have this with just about anything. This was super quick, easy, and you guys, it smells so delicious. I cannot wait to dig into this. But also, if you've reached this far in the video and you haven't subscribed, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn your post notifications on. We are always welcoming new cooking friends. Thank you guys so much for watching my tutorial. If you like this video, feel free to share it with a friend or your family. I truly hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. And you guys know I like to end things by saying that you never have to follow anyone's recipe to a T. Feel free to switch things up in this recipe as necessary. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Happy cooking and see you guys in the next video.